are now listening to High Five the Podcast, a movie podcast where our hosts Q and J get together to rank movies, disagree about those rankings, and then play games to put back together the pieces of their shattered friendships. Let's join them now as they broadcast live from the writer's room. All right, so we're back in what is our newly christened actual writer's room space.
And insulated.
Yeah, we broke it in pretty hardcore before we started this recording. So
We got some badass baristas.
yeah, we do have badass baristas. They serve some delicious coffee beforehand.
man.
You know, we should keep them on staff, I think,
On
maybe.
staff,
Just
salary.
on call whenever. So we're here, and I'm excited to be back recording another episode with you. And why don't you tell the folks what our episode is?
All right, well, Q, with love and Valentine's Day right around the corner, we're focusing on rom-coms this week. So we've got top 5 rom-coms, the one that makes us feel the lovey loves on the inside. Yeah. So I think that's going to make for some good conversation.
I agree, and I want to feel the lovey love on the outside as much as the inside.
think
Is that
so.
weird? Did I make things weird?
No,
Was that a
not
meet
yet.
cute? As they
it
say in
was.
rom-coms,
I
meet
think
cute?
it was.
All right. Well, I think to take it a step further, we should high five. Do you want to high five?
I think we should high five.
Let's high five.
Should we high five?
High five!
High five! High five!
High five.
High five, son!
Woo! High five. Don't let me hanging.
All right. So we are back in the writer's room. We're ready to go.
Ready.
We're excited.
I'm super excited.
I'm feeling super romantic tonight. I mean, we've got the candles lit and...
B. Arthur is
Yeah,
with us
B.
again.
Arthur's here. I saw her eyeballing me when I came in.
She's always
I'm not gonna
eyeballing
lie.
you.
I mean, I walked around the room and she was like one of those beautiful statues that just
If you
follow
could see how
with
she's
their
looking at
eyes.
you right now.
I feel it. I feel it on my person, on my visage. I can feel B. Arthur's eyes just penetrating me.
Feels
if you will.
like a warm quilt.
It does, like a warm, grandmotherly
quilt made in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. With Valentine's Day so near, I thought that it would be a great idea, and we talked about this, to do top 5 rom-coms.
Oh, yeah, love. I love love.
Do you?
Love.
I love love. I love love, and I also loathe love. Is that a thing?
Yeah, sure. Love
Yeah,
love.
because sometimes...
Hashtag love love.
Yeah,
Love loathe.
hashtag love loathe. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Sometimes, love can be hard,
It is.
but can also be immensely rewarding. Just like reading off our lists.
Yes.
And so...
Which I'm excited to get to.
I am. And so I just wanted to do something special. And you talked to your beautiful wifey.
I did.
And I talked to my beautiful wifey.
You did.
And we had them make lists.
Yeah, of course. It's high five.
Yeah. We made them do a top 5 list with us this
With
time.
us. But it's in secret.
It was in secret. And so we currently are both holding sealed envelopes that were brought to us by men carrying briefcases, handcuffed, and
To both
transported.
wrists at the
Right.
same time.
Yes, and they're actually still handcuffed to their wrists. And,
It's like the Oscar ballots, but way more safe.
way more safe.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do something here where I would like to hear what you think is inside this envelope on your wife's list.
So I'm going to Johnny Carson this envelope.
I do.
And tell you her top 5 because I know her so well that I'm going to know what her 5 rom-coms are.
I would love to hear it.
All right. Well,
So-
I'll guess. Okay. I'm nearly positive When Harry Met Sally is on there.
Okay.
I think 50 First Dates
Ooh,
is on there.
Yeah.
I think
That one? That's a great one. I love that movie.
Notting Hill.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, all right.
I think
Some
Notting
Hugh
Hill's on
Grant
there.
action.
Love Actually.
Ooh, that's also a good one.
Yeah.
She likes those British rom-coms.
She does, I think. Okay, and then I've got one more. I'm getting
Strain for it.
It's so hard. Let's just do Annie Hall.
Annie Hall. All right.
Okay, so
All
those
right.
are my 5.
Yep, and I would like you to...
Those are what I think she is.
I would like you to currently tear open your envelope and reveal the
All right.
answers.
I'm so nervous about this.
I hope you got this right. All right.
I'm not even close.
Oh,
Okay,
sweet tiny
number
Lord.
5. My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Oh, I should have known that. I should have known that.
Mm.
Coming to America.
Mm.
Okay.
Not traditionally a
I
rom-com.
wouldn't have thought that would have been a rom-com. That's why I didn't guess it. That's the only reason I
All
didn't
right, that's
guess it.
totally fair. I think you're in the clear on that.
Princess Bride. I should have got that one.
Yeah,
I feel bad about that. Number 2 is As Good as It Gets.
Uh-huh.
That's a good movie.
That is a good one. Also, is that a rom-com too?
Not really.
All right.
It's
We're
kinda
just going to throw it out there.
And then number 1, When Harry Met Sally,
Ooh,
which was the first thing I guessed.
Yes, that is true.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
your number 1 guess was her number 1 answer.
And then
so
nothing
for that,
else was right. I get 1 point.
But I'm going to say actually you get all 5 points because
Sweet.
that was your first guess and her number 1
I
answer.
love it.
So as
I
long
love
as
it.
you know
The
the
rest
number
are
1,
irrelevant.
it's good to go. It's good
All right.
to go. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing.
All right. I'm going to write down your guesses.
I'm going to gently place the envelope upon my forehead,
Okay.
and I'm going to guess here. All right,
Okay.
so I'm going to guess she has My Big Fat Greek Wedding. That's definitely going to be on there.
Okay. I should have guessed that. I'm so mad at myself for not getting that.
I'm going to guess I actually took your lead on that one, so I stole it. I'm going to guess How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Ouch. Hope not.
I'm going to guess. Don't judge my wife's picks before we get to it, but it is a crappy movie, so that's fair.
Not on my list.
I'm going to guess Earth Girls Are Easy.
I hope to God that's on there.
Where am I? I'm at 3.
Jim Carrey one, right?
Yeah,
Jim Carrey,
absolutely.
Damon
Damon
Wayans?
Wayans? Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep. And her love of all time, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good cast,
Yeah,
though.
that is a
You
good
have
cast.
to
That is
admit,
a solid.
That's a good cast.
I'm also going to guess So I Married an Axe Murderer.
That's actually good. I like that.
And I got one more, right?
Yep.
I'm going to guess Failure to Launch.
Do you honestly believe some of these are on there?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Q, I want you to rip open that envelope and tell me what those
I
guesses
will.
are.
All right, here we go. Whoa. All right. All right, here it is.
What do we got?
So this list, let's see here. Starting with number 5. Oh, crap. Sweeney Todd.
So romantic.
That is romantic. The couple that murders the other stays together. Number 4, My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Okay,
Woo!
got one.
one.
Got
All
one,
right, here
nice.
we go. Number 3, War of the Roses.
Oh.
That is good, though.
Yeah.
That is good. I should have guessed that. Number 2, Earth Girls Are Easy.
Seriously?
Woo! Yeah.
You've already beaten me in
Yes.
this game.
And number 1, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Okay.
That's a solid choice.
Yeah,
All
solid
right.
choice.
Okay.
You got 2. You still beat
I got
me.
2.
But,
I win!
But your number 1 wasn't her number 1.
That is true.
You didn't
That is
even
true.
guess her number 1.
You guys are more in tune.
Yeah, I think we love each other more.
Oh, good Lord. Looks like I'll be sleeping on the couch tonight. All right, so
All
now
right.
we've got the wifeys list out of the way. Thank you to the wifeys for
No, that was
providing these
amazing.
wonderful
That was awesome.
lists to
I love
us.
that they played along with us.
I agree as well. And, oh boy.
All right, let's dive into ours. You want me to do my number 5, or do you want to do your number 5?
I would love for you to do your number 5.
All right, number 5, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
All right.
I effing love that movie. And it is romantic. It is very funny.
Right.
And it's very indie, but
Yeah.
it is extremely romantic. I mean,
Yep.
when you have Michelle Gondry and Charlie Kaufman
Charlie Kaufman, one of my
working
favorite
together
writers.
on a story, one that's about romance and not like desperately wanting to lose the memories of something that's painful that you love, but then not wanting to lose them at the same time.
Hashtag loathe love.
Hashtag love loathe.
Love loathe. That's right. That's right.
Love
Hashtag
loathe. Don't you
love
fuck up my hashtag.
Oh my god.
So that's my number 5.
I love it. I think that's a great choice. To
You
be
love it?
honest.
Aw,
Yeah, I do.
aw.
I love it.
What's your number 5?
My number 5, Groundhog Day.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of my favorite movies of all time. Even not like rom-com.
Me too. I agree. You've got Bill Murray.
Oh yeah.
Always, a great choice in general.
Mhm.
And you've got a situation where a guy who is a complete douchebag at the beginning slowly starts to realize when he's forced through time over and over and over, much like I have to learn things when I just have to repeat my failures over and over and over. And so it really spoke to me as a way that, really informed obviously my future of
Well,
loving.
I'm glad that you included that on here because not a lot of people consider that a romantic comedy. And that's primarily a comedy,
Mhm.
but the story focuses around him coming to terms with romance and love and
Yeah,
loving somebody else.
exactly.
I think that's great. And also kind of funny and ironic is it sparked one of the best Hollywood freeze-outs of all time. Harold Ramis and Bill Murray never spoke after that until nearly his
Did
death.
it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it was so convoluted and back and forth, and they argued so much working on it that they basically refused to talk to each other for decades after that film.
That's amazing.
But it's one of the best movies ever made.
That's true.
So,
I think it turned out great, but yeah, I could definitely see how making that would just be a laborious nightmare.
if you, Bill Murray, this is some more trivia for you. Bill Murray and Harold Ramis made up basically on Harold Ramis' deathbed. And then the year that Bill Murray presented an award at the Oscars, he mentions Harold Ramis as and we forgot one, and it's extremely sentimental because that was like weeks after they made up.
That's love.
Yeah. Go find that.
That's
go
love in that
find
too.
Stop. Go find that clip. It's extremely.
I'm gonna watch this.
Good.
I suggest everybody else check this out
Yeah.
too. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It's gonna make me tear up a little bit. I think
Hashtag
that's lovely.
love loathe.
Hashtag love loathe.
Okay, so number 4.
Yeah, please do your number 4.
My number 4 is my wife's number 1. When Harry Met Sally.
Ooh, fantastic.
It's hard to have a list of rom-coms that doesn't include that movie. It was the most honest conversation about love. It's got the great "I'll have what she's having" scene.
Sure.
One of Rob Reiner's best. It's
Yeah.
easy. It's you can't have a list like this and not have that movie on there. So
I
for
agree.
me,
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
In complete confidence,
Please.
that I don't want to share with anyone else.
let's
ever.
never
Let's
post
never
this
tell
online.
anyone about that I said this.
I'll keep it to myself. Put it in the vault.
I've never seen that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen that movie.
Really? You've
Yeah.
seen the "I'll have what she's having"
Of course.
scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, I've seen clips all
Yeah.
the time, but for some reason, in my what is apparently now a very sad viewing history of movies, I've never seen that movie.
I'm really surprised at that.
Are you?
I am. I mean, I am. I'm really surprised at that.
I feel bad. Like I feel like I've let
You've let
love
yourself
down.
You've let your heart down.
I feel
Like right now, your heart's weeping.
I feel like maybe we should just scrap the recording and let's just go watch it.
There is a Rob Reiner-sized hole in you,
It is.
and it needs to be filled. by Rob
It does.
Reiner.
It does. By Rob Reiner directly.
Yes.
I agree. So
So that's my number 4.
all right. Do you want to hear my number 4?
Yes, please.
All right. Now that I've shamed myself. All right.
Movie
My
buff
number
my
4. This one is I think something different in that the fact that it is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yes.
Yeah. High five.
High five.
I mean,
Okay.
I love it when we do this.
That's so good, though.
It is a great movie.
I love that we both consider it a rom-com.
It is a rom-com.
It is.
It deals with some of the most baseline romantic situations in general. We've all been there with that love and loss situation, and it's
And can
It's
we
great.
just talk about how good Jim Carrey is in it?
fantastic.
I mean, Jim Carrey has given us some good performances, but that movie is so tops.
And what's even crazier is that's one of Jim Carrey's most toned down performances.
Oh, yes.
That is not the slapstick smoking Jim Carrey. That is
Yeah.
just like sad.
That's like the drama parts of Man on the Moon, Jim Carrey.
It is.
That's
also a really good movie.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
That's post-coma. What is it called?
The Majestic.
The Majestic.
Boom. The
That's
Majestic.
post-coma. The Majestic.
That
Jim
is.
Carrey.
Yeah,
Which
I
is also
agree.
a good movie.
That is a really good movie.
But yeah, I'm so glad.
Fantastic.
You put it on your list.
And stylistically great. And I just have to give a shout out again to Charlie Kaufman. I love that guy.
Anything he does. Have you seen Anna Melissa yet?
I have not. I'm still waiting.
Please do.
I'm still waiting.
Everyone who's listening to this should watch it immediately. Stop listening to our stupid bullshit
and go watch
that.
this fucking movie right now.
It's not on my list, but it probably should be. But it's not funny at all. So
It's not a rom-com.
No,
just rom.
It's just a That's what it is.
That's fair enough.
So number 3.
yes,
right?
please. I would love to hear your
Okay,
number.
my number 3 is by one of my favorite directors ever. So
Okay.
it fits in there. Punch Drunk Love.
Oh, okay.
Another elite comedic performance
Absolutely.
by someone who doesn't have the best track record, shall we say,
mhm.
but delivers one of the best performances of a character. The blue suit is so iconic, just the way that Paul Thomas Anderson filmed it. I think it's not only one of his best, it's one of my favorite rom-coms ever, because it makes me laugh out loud, but it makes me be so invested in who those characters are and why they act the way they
I agree.
act and who they should connect with. It's beautiful.
Absolutely, and some may say Adam Sandler's last good performance.
I don't know. Have you seen The Cobbler?
Have you seen Ridiculous 6?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we stopped at like 35 minutes in because I couldn't watch it anymore.
Yeah, because it was so good you couldn't handle it.
Right.
Is
it
that
was like something that was so sweet.
Right.
When you eat too much of it,
Right.
you want to dig your eyes out with
it was
a
just
spoon.
it was just too rich.
Yeah.
For you to be able to
It was
actually
too
enjoy
rich, and it made me want to murder my neighbors.
Yeah, I totally understand
that was how rich it was.
But I'll agree with you on that. I really love that movie. It's one that, is not on my list, but should have been. I mean, it's a really good movie. The Pudding Cups is something that I remember the most out of that movie. That's something that stands out to me. Such a quirky little insert, but something that was just so fantastic to just learn about this character and the little idiosyncratic behaviors. Is that right? Is that a thing?
But whatever. Sure.
All right, I'm just going to throw out sayings that don't gobbledygook, if you will. I'm full of gobbledygook. Well, obviously I haven't seen Harry Met Sally, so I'm clearly full of gobbledygook when it comes to film in general.
So, if Punch Drunk Love isn't on your list, what is your number 3?
Okay, so my number 3. Are you ready for this? Yeah. Brace yourself. Hold on to our table.
I'm literally holding
right.
You can't see it, listeners, but I'm literally holding on to my beer and a table.
My number 3 is Chasing Amy by Kevin Smith.
Oh, so good.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Oh, so
and I
good.
have to say that this movie for me was one that it really challenged the boundaries of what a romantic comedy could be.
Yeah. Well, I think it should have for everybody.
For everyone. I think it really was a very unique spin on something, and it really dealt with something that was kind of taboo at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about absolutely. Talking about homosexual relationships, if you will.
Right. As the norm, as commonplace. That
was very commonplace.
What was so great about that movie was it was one that honestly dealt with it in a truthful way.
Yeah.
But it built a very funny, very relatable, very sort of taboo, but accessible story.
Absolutely, without making a joke out of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a punchline. And much of Kevin Smith's stuff is punchlines.
There were a lot of jokes in that movie.
Absolutely.
Not at that expense.
And I loved that. To me, that was one of those things that it kind of opened up my horizons as to what a relationship could be like. You know what I mean? It was something totally different, and I love it. And the characters, and once again, motherfucking Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, come on. Come on. I'm going to do a callback to episode 1 of our podcast, and I'm going to say, once again, he brings back Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jay and Silent Bob should be in all of Kevin Smith's movies and all of our episodes for some reason.
I agree.
So if either of them want a cameo, let us know.
Hashtag Jay and Silent Bob rule high five.
Love, loathe.
Love.
No, I like that. I like that a whole lot. It's not on my list. It was one of my honorable mentions, though, because it almost made it on there.
Fantastic. That makes me feel good.
Where are we?
We are at your number 2.
Number 2.
That's a big one.
It is. And it's a big movie.
All right.
Like, I think a lot of people may have had this as their number 1.
Do you?
It's not for me. I
That's
think other
very
people
presumptive.
would. Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah.
All right. Fine.
So
Good.
shut up.
It should be.
My number 2 is Annie Hall by Woody Allen.
Ooh, all right.
I love Woody Allen as a stand-up myself. I love the work that he has done. I love what he was able to bring to film. But Annie Hall, when we're talking about honesty in relationships, when we're talking about perspective in relationships,
absolutely.
It has one of the most honest depictions of what it looks like to be in a relationship. And it's hilariously funny throughout without ever...
Oh, I agree.
Dehumanizing what you're watching.
Yeah, it feels real and relatable.
It's as close to a documentary on love about a real couple as you're going to get that's scripted and acted.
Let's just re-genre the movie right now. It's a documentary. Yeah. Annie Hall is a documentary.
Did you know that they were actually in love when they filmed that?
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No one knew that because it's not true.
Oh, that's made up. But it's also a documentary, so now it's true.
Exactly.
It's documented here on our podcast. So
whatever it said on the internet,
it's true. Yeah, just like the internet's. This is fact.
This is fact.
Yeah, we just
is fact.
It is.
I has fact.
we both has fact.
We has fact. But yeah, Annie Hall's number 2 for me.
That is wonderful. Well, I like that movie a lot. Some may even say
have seen it?
I love that movie. I have seen that.
Good.
Unlike many other movies that I probably should have seen, if I want to be a true cinephile, and I really hope
One of these days, I'm going to let you in my club.
Are you? How generous of you.
Yeah.
I sincerely appreciate that. I really hope that anybody who's listening to this doesn't write in to my5@highfivethepodcast.com to tell us, or tell me specifically, how much of a piece of human garbage I am for not seeing this movie.
I hope that they do. Those emails come to me, so anyone who emails, I'll make sure pops up on our Facebook.
Wonderful. And I will make sure that we're going to take like 3 years off from podcasting. So that's wonderful. I'm sorry to everyone who's listening. There's going to be a very long break.
Quentin, the next 4 episodes will just be Quentin crying.
Just like, yeah, why don't they like me? I'm one of them.
I like it.
So that brings me to my number 2. Maybe I
Good
can
segue.
redeem myself.
That was a good segue.
Segues are hard.
And then I went to the mall. No, you didn't. Just tell you a joke.
That wasn't a real thing. My number 2. Maybe I can redeem myself with my last couple here. So my number 2, I'm just going to put it out there. Hairspray. John Waters. All right? For me, I'm going to throw it out there. I love musicals. I don't know if you know this about me, but I love
I know it now.
if we could sing and dance right now, I would.
You aren't singing and dancing right now?
Currently, like a monkey, just like dancing. Woohoo, look at this. No, seriously, for me, this movie dealt with a bunch of really heavy themes through something that was very lighthearted. So it dealt with racial tensions. It dealt with weight tensions, people thinking other people were, not as aesthetically pleasing as others.
Now, let me pause you here.
No.
Is this the Travolta version?
No.
Okay.
No. John Waters' version. This is the original.
Okay.
This is the Ricky Lake version.
I don't know if you've seen the John Travolta version.
No.
Okay. Let's leave it.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
This one,
okay. I was about to
thank
get on
you.
But
No.
Continue.
No. This was the John Waters version. John Waters, first off, one of my favorite directors of all time. Just really, really, really edgy cinema. Really kind of biting social commentary. But
no one really liked him.
No. I mean, super unique guy. He's from Baltimore, Maryland. Most of his stuff based around Baltimore, and this movie in particular took place in Baltimore during some really rough times, and it tells this awesome love story of several characters, some racially different, some aesthetically different, and as an aesthetically challenged person myself, I definitely relate to that, and so it informed, once again, just kind of my theme of acceptance, that love knows no bounds, you know what I mean? There's nothing that love can't transcend.
That's a good inclusion on your list. I'm gonna be honest about two things.
Go for it.
You want me? I'm just
Please.
laying it out here.
Please,
again,
love is honesty.
Don't tell anybody.
All right, I won't.
One, it was so long ago when I saw Hairspray that I really don't remember anything about it.
Fantastic.
Except for the fact that John Travolta's in the new one. And it's the fat mom.
Well, that's a terrible thing to
That's
remember.
all
I'm going to be honest.
That's all I can think of when
that is
talking
an
about that movie.
awful, awful thing to remember.
The other thing that I'm going to have to be honest with you about,
yes, please,
is when you were talking about the movie and you were saying, some stories, they told a lot of great love stories, some about this, some about this. Right. In my head, every time you said some, I was praying you were going to go, "Body once told me the world."
I'm just suddenly going to burst into Smash Mouth.
You just didn't, and it made me sad.
You know what? I should have, because it would have gone with my theme of musicals.
That's the exact.
Yeah. So, because somebody once told me I should do that.
The world's gonna roll me.
You told me I should do that, as a matter of fact. So please tell me, where are we? Number 2.
No, we're on number 1.
Oh, you're on your number 1.
I'm on my number 1.
Oh,
big number 1.
This is
the big.
This
number
is
1.
the true love for you.
This is one that when I was thinking about romantic comedies, not only does it, for me, have to embody a comedy, it has to make me laugh.
Yeah.
It has to have a focus on romance, but it also, I have to really like it. Like all these movies on here, I really love, which it should be. So those are my top 5. My number 1 is not favorite rom-com, but one of my favorite movies of all time.
All right.
I'm not sure if you've heard of it though. Groundhog Day.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
High five. I'm going to high five you again on this.
My
High five.
number one is Groundhog's Day, or Groundhog Day, because I can almost quote that movie from beginning to
That's
end.
amazing.
It makes me laugh out loud. It makes me happy. It makes me. I can watch it any time of day. I can watch it any time of year.
Absolutely.
If it's on television, I'll always watch it. I just have always had a connection with that movie, and I love the background stories behind it, and it's just so rich that for me it's the best and funniest and one of the most romantic movies that I could have put on there. So yeah, that's number one for me.
I think it's
Easy.
wonderful, and I'm going to tack on to that. I just thought that it's so fantastic because it's also on my list. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can speak highly of it. Not number one highly, but I can speak highly. That the fact that they chose such an innocuous holiday
Oh yeah.
to talk about when we're talking about romance, you're like, oh, Valentine's Day, the movie, Christmas, the movie. Everybody feels happy and joyous and lovey. They're like, nah, Groundhog Day. Yeah, let's do that as a romantic.
Two other things about it is, one, when I realized and looked up that Punxsutawney Phil was a real thing and not for the movie, was the happiest day of my life.
Mind
Yeah.
blown.
Like right after marriage, birth a kid, realized Punxsutawney Phil was real.
Was
like,
real.
It's that list. And then it bred one of my favorite internet memes, which was, I think they should re-release or say they're going to make a sequel to Groundhog Day and just re-release the original into theaters.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best ideas ever.
I do as well.
That's another reason that it's just it reaches outside of the film itself to make me happy in other aspects.
I don't
of my
know
life.
if you know this, but we wield a lot of power as podcasting personalities.
Yeah, as
and I
celebrities.
say that we tell the studios they have to do that.
Okay.
Let's make that meme a reality.
We'll call the big dogs and call
Yeah.
Mr.
I'll pick up the phone when we're
something
done with this, and I'm
sane.
just gonna Rogers Stein.
Berg.
Yeah.
Bergstein.
Rogers
Rogers Bergstein. Yeah, we're going to call
Yeah,
Louis
we're
Rogers
gonna call them, and I'm
Bergstein.
gonna be like, hey, you know what? You should
Groundhog Day.
re-release Groundhog's Day, but as the same
and
movie.
Leroy Bernstein will be like, yeah.
Yeah,
Is that his name?
Thanks. Yeah,
Louis
because they'll be. Hey,
Rothenberg
do you remember that time that we pitched them those movies?
I think they loved
They
it.
loved it, right?
probably
So
gonna let us
they'll
do it
love
again.
this. I think.
I think so.
Agree. I agree.
So yeah, Groundhog Day is my number one.
I think that is a super solid.
Can your
choice.
number one compete? Was your number one on
Yeah.
my list anywhere?
No.
Oh,
No.
I'm excited about
Yeah.
this.
My number one is magical and it's mystical.
It's Kazam, isn't it?
It's shack-filled.
Yes, I knew it.
And it's steel. No, I'm just kidding. It's
Steel Magnolias.
Yes, it's The Princess Bride.
That one should have been on my list.
And
It wasn't, but it's good.
Let me break down for you why
Yeah.
that movie for me. So, as a kid, growing up watching The Princess Bride, for me, it was something that was so... The idea, first off, that it's bookended by this grandfather telling the story to his grandson.
Savage.
Yes, wonderful.
Gotta love the Savage boys.
Gotta love those brothers.
Gotta love them Savage brothers.
It immediately took me in as a kid and was like, oh, this is it's like a book. It was like a book as a movie. And this story that's being told to me.
and you liked it because you don't like to read books.
Yeah, I hate reading.
You're
I
like,
hate it.
Hey, this is like the Cliff Notes, but in a movie.
Yeah, I could watch this all the time. And for me, it showed this very classic story of, princess and rogue, dashing British fellow whom she is in love with. And it tells this kind of romping tale, but while including Billy Crystal and Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
And Mandy Patinkin. I mean, the six-fingered man killed my father. My name is Inigo Montoya. Prepare to die. I mean, it's amazing. And
so good.
it for me, it was kind of one of those things that I wanted to be the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to be Inigo Montoya. I wanted to be that suave, smooth, but also enormously engagingly charming, which I've succeeded at in life in general, just being a pirate.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dirty pirate.
Dirty pirate.
It's funny because when I watch that movie, I just desperately want to be the Howard Brother Poison guy.
Do you?
Yeah.
No one matches with a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Either him or Andre the Giant, or their love child.
Yeah. I mean, that would be I'm going to be honest. That's like a Lynchian creature.
But wouldn't you watch Princess Bride starring the
Love
love child, the Sicilian Andre the Giant?
I would. I 100%
Yeah,
would.
you would.
I definitely would. So
That's a
my
good number
that's
one.
my number one.
That's a good
Princess
number one.
Bride. It's
Okay.
it's classy and classic.
That is a good number one. So my top fives for number 5, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yep.
Number 4, When Harry Met Sally.
Yep.
Number 3, Punch Drunk Love. Number 2, Annie Hall, and number 1, Groundhog Day.
Awesome. My top 5 was number 5, Groundhog Day. Number 4, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Number 3, Chasing Amy. Number 2, Hairspray. And number 1, The Princess Bride.
Awesome. Now, before we end, I want to throw one in. This one almost made my list, and I don't know if you've seen it yet. I don't know if anyone else out there has seen it, but it's Sleeping with Other People. With
I
Jason
haven't. It's
Sudeikis.
it. No.
Oh,
No, I want to.
It was so close to being my number 5 because it is a modern day rom-com masterpiece.
That sounds awesome.
It's brilliant and it's amazingly written, amazingly acted. It's really honest.
Is that the
really
one with
funny.
Alison Brie?
Yes, Alison Brie
Okay.
and Jason Sudeikis. The side cast is amazing. The pacing is great. The director, she did a fantastic job, and she really just made these characters believable, hilarious, and put in situations that you just want to see them work through. And
Sure.
it's not the most unique story ever, but the way that it's told, I can't recommend it enough. And I wish that I had 6 spots, or that Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind had never been made, because it would have been number 5.
Sure, that's fair enough. I really want to see that. I'm going to be honest. I actually saw that when perusing one of the streaming sites, and I added that to my queue because it's one that I definitely want to see.
Yeah, it needs to be at the top of Q's queue.
Well, I will check it out. I will add it to the me, if you will.
Sweet.
If
Yes.
you-
Awesome.
Well, this is the point where we're done with our lists.
Yeah.
And
Make some money and hear from some sponsors.
yeah, I think we should hear from our sponsors.
Our
Do we
world-
have some lined up?
I think we have some world famous sponsors ready to go.
Well, then I say let's hear from them. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Sponsors!
Come on down to Perfection. It's a kitten, not a cat bakery, because we definitely don't make our products out of kittens.
Of course not. We have nothing but actual baked goods and nothing else. No actual meat.
Because that would be crazy. And sometimes when there's police reports that say different, you just can't believe them, because this is Perfection. It's a bakery. It's all it is bakery.
Becky's right. That would just be silly to ever imagine that we'd actually bake a kitten. That's just silly. We have baked goods, cookies, and such.
And the book of cookies have sprinkles, and sometimes you may have watched the news on Channel 4 and seen their investigative report about corporate douchebags and seen us with bags of kittens, but don't believe it, because the news is doctored and you gain 10 pounds.
You don't have to worry about any of those things, like with those silly Chinese restaurants where they may be actually eating kittens, because here it's just baked goods.
We're just a bakery, because even when Channel 8 did their investigation,
Only pay attention to that first part of what Becky said, because there is literally no kittens at all present during our baking experiences. That's it. Hey, honey, let's just tell them about the bakery. Hey, it may look like a kitten, but I tell you what, it's just perfection.
with sprinkles.
Yeah, just actual lifelike kitten cookies. Not kittens. Hey, do you know what the weather is?
You know, up until last week, Freddie, I didn't. But I went down to San Fernando Annex Health Medical Plaza and got me some of them new weather vanes.
What the hell's a weather vane?
I'm glad you asked that, Frankie. A weather vane is installed into your legs, and it runs blood just like a regular vein, but it tells you the weather.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I just know what the weather's going to be like. Like before, you could ask me what the weather's going to be like, and I was like, Frankie, I don't know. But now, if you ask me what the weather's going to be like, I'd be like, you know what, Freddie? That I think it's raining.
Hey, Bobby, what's weather?
Well, weather is all around us. It's like the Force.
What?
Yeah, Fairy. It's just all around us. So when water is coming from the sky, that's called rain.
What? Are you even speaking English?
Yeah. The more you know.
That's a beautiful song, Bobby.
Just screams.
And we're back from our lovely sponsors.
Oh, I love those guys.
You know what? If they didn't pay the bills, I would still let them on this show.
You know, if they didn't pay the bills, they wouldn't pay the bills.
Right. They don't. They don't pay the bills at all.
Oh, but you know why? I'm glad that we're back from commercial.
Yeah,
Q,
me too.
because this is the part where we get to play some games.
We do get to play some games, and we have an awesome game this week.
What are we playing today?
Today we are playing a game that we've devised called Hollywood Recast.
We devised that? No one else thought of that?
Never in the history of humanity.
Awesome. Then I'm going to trademark it right now. High five, Hollywood Recast.
Yep. Done. Boom.
Done. Trademarked because I said it in public and stuff, and hashtag and all that jazz.
So the way that this game works is we are randomly going to draw a movie title out of our trusty randomizing hat that we have here, and we are going to discuss the main 3 or 4 characters of that movie, and we are going to recast them with who we believe could really sell the parts based on the character traits and the character moments in that movie.
I am extremely excited to play this because I made it up.
Well, that's a very solid reason, and I think everyone else should be as well. So what do you say that we cast this movie?
All right. Do I get to draw?
Yeah, you should.
I love it when I get to draw.
Go for it. Please, draw us a choice.
All right, I'm drawing. Here we go. My draw. Top Gun. I like this one. This is a good one. Okay.
Dane Design!
Which I actually think this is happening. So this could be a fun one to play.
I agree. All right.
I don't know anything about it. I haven't read anything about who they're thinking about or casting.
Let's pick four solid characters from this movie.
I mean, I have my 4 in my mind. You've got the Tom Cruise character. You've got Goose.
Yep.
You've got the love interest.
Yep.
And you've got Val Kilmer.
All right.
There's your 4 right there.
All right. Well, you win. Fine.
Yeah. But
Fine then.
So no, those are our 4 right there.
Okay.
So, but let's talk about the Tom Cruise character.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, you would think at first, Tom Cruise could probably still play it.
He probably would still play it.
He would
insist
want to play it
on playing this
but
character.
He's not going to play Maverick in that.
No, he's not.
He's going to be. It needs to be someone you would believe to be sort of an up and comer.
Yeah.
Sort of a spring chicken,
okay.
if you will. Someone that could be cocky in flight school and not really demand respect, but earn it.
Sure.
Kind of like he does in the movie.
Sure. All right, let's think. Hold on. I'm going to rack my brain over this one. If you got one, throw it out there, but I'm thinking. You've got some more obvious choices like the young Hemsworth, if you will. He could probably pull it off, I would think. Ooh. You know who I'm going to go? Garrett Hedlund.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I mean? He pulled it off in Tron, kind of that,
yep.
young, cocky, ready-to-go badass.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah. All right, so Garrett Hedlund is Maverick.
Maverick. Okay, so we've got Goose.
Yep. Originally played by Anthony Edwards.
So,
who's today's Anthony Edwards?
That's a good question.
That's a question in itself. Who is today's Anthony Edwards?
Anyone who has a thought, email it to my5@highfivethepodcast.com. I've got one that might work. It would be a little bit of a stretch for him, I think, but I think he could do it if he truly set his mind to it.
Okay.
Jim Parsons.
I like that.
I think he could have that air of confidence that's necessary. I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
And I think he could play that and be such a sympathetic cohort to Garrett Hedlund. I think
agree.
They would mix well
together.
What?
I'm not even gonna bother thinking of my other ones because I like that. I think that would be interesting. Plus, I would love to see him get more work.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in some smaller stuff, and he did a fantastic cameo in the Muppets.
He did. I love that.
Great.
Muppety man.
I saw something on Netflix recently with him and Isla Fisher. I think he's in. But
really,
yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen that.
Like
I'm
that.
gonna have to check that out.
But yeah, I definitely think that this would be a good vehicle, and I think he could do it well. I really do. Okay, so
I agree.
now should we do Charlie or Iceman next?
Let's do Iceman. And I'm going to go...
Can we have Val Kilmer just do it?
No, we can't. Have you seen him lately?
No.
Okay, yeah, don't. So just stay away from that.
Oh. Did he Chaz Bono us out?
I'm gonna throw a weird one out here.
Okay.
Okay? I'm gonna throw out Charlie Day.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
I need you to because one, I think his size hurts him in this, and I don't.
Okay,
I love Charlie Day. Charlie, if you're listening, I love you to death.
Well,
but,
you know he's listening. Clearly.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
but that character, Val Kilmer, is such not technically a bully, but he's that imposing figure.
But think about Charlie Day's sarcastic air about him, and just kind of that like I'm smarter than you. And this is kind of pointless. And let's be honest. Tom Cruise, not the tallest guy in the world. All right?
So it was easy for Val Kilmer to
Apple
impose.
boxes can do wonders on screen. Tom, I'm sorry, but it's true. So I'm thinking it may be manageable. You know, you shoot him from an upward angle,
We're
and
gonna
he looks
John
taller.
Wayne the shit out of
We
this.
we will, and he could be that cocky asshole that he is.
Okay, well, we'll leave that suggestion on the table. I'd like to throw another one out,
All
and
right,
it's
go
sort
for
of
it, please.
another outside of the box thought that may or may not work, but I think he could pull it off, and I think he could stature wise and imposing wise pull it off.
Why is it always got to be about height with you?
T.J. Miller.
I like that.
Yeah,
All
imagine slicked back hair,
Yep.
bully style,
Yep.
imposing with the sarcasm and
Yep.
the biting wit that you can't
Yep.
get around.
Damn it, that's good.
I know.
All right, you win.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
was excellent.
So we've got Garrett Hedlund, perfect Maverick.
Yep.
We've got Jim Parsons as Goose, and we've
got
got T.J. Miller as
Miller
Iceman.
as
I love
Iceman.
it. Now we need Charlie.
Charlie.
We need the love interest. Who would work well with Garrett Hedlund? Who would be that confident, have that bravado, and bring it to the screen? I mean,
Ooh, you know who I'd like to see?
who?
Emily Blunt.
Not even going to argue. I love it.
Emily
I think that would be
Blunt
perfect.
Would be awesome.
She is. Edge of Tomorrow is amazing.
Amazing.
Her work thus far has been incredible. I don't know if you saw a lip sync battle with her on.
I
it.
did.
One of the best of the season.
But might I also just posit that it may be fate because Emily Blunt was with Tom Cruise in Edge of Tomorrow. So maybe it was just like she's been leading up to this.
This is their
moment.
Groundhog Day,
This
and they're
is.
now repeating themselves.
They are. This is what they were destined to do.
I love this cast. Okay,
I
so
love this. So
Garrett
let's run
Hedlund,
through it. Yep.
Garrett Hedlund is Maverick.
Yep.
We've got Emily Blunt as Charlie.
Yep.
We've got T.J. Miller as Iceman.
Yep.
And we've got Jim Parsons as Goose.
I think it's awesome.
Lock it, print, green light.
That sounds. You know what? Let's call up our producer buddies like we were
Yes,
talking
I
about.
think we should call Larry Munzenberg Stein.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
him.
one. I've got him right here on speed dial. Let's
Great.
do it. And I'm thinking remake. Here we
Remake.
go.
They're
It's in the
They're
works.
gonna love it.
You're welcome, America. And sadly, that brings us to the end of this week's High Five. As always, thanks to my co-host Jay, and to you, the High Fivers out there. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another list, but in the meantime, be sure to email us any of your lists or questions to my5@highfivethepodcast.com. And as they say in the movies, that's a wrap.
And that's a wrap, everybody.
Cut, Casper. That's a wrap.
Cut, print it. What happened to the next reel?
Cut. Okay, that's a print.
Okay, cut. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, people. Now let's get the hell out of here.
Psst. Hey, you made it to the end of the podcast. And guess what? There's a little something at the end of the credits. And for those of you that didn't make it, go five yourself. This movie is too controversial to even tell you about.
You want to be told about it, but you won't be told.
Do you hate things?
Or like things?
It doesn't matter because it's too controversial.
Coming this fall, or maybe next spring, 'cause fuck you.
Also, the gays hate it.
Controversy, the movie.
Christians hate it.
So do Satanists, though.
Saddam hates it.
But Donald Trump loves it.
Controversy.
The movie.
Running for president. Go fuck yourself.
Welcome to my village, where people with mongoose faces, but that also have human bodies live.
Check it out! I have a human body and a sweet mongoose face.
My name is Nipple Grease, and my face looks like John Travolta, but it also looks like a mongoose.
My name is Pumpkin Wax, and I love wax.
We live together in the forest of friendship.
You should come on down. Only if you have a mongoose face, though.
And also have the body of a human being.
A luscious one. Mongoose! Hey, you've heard of Tony Tone, but have you heard of Toony Tuna? We'll make music and animation and also a fantastic sandwich.
I'm the president of Toony Tuna, and I used to own a boat, but now I don't, and I own a music animation studio that also makes sandwiches.
They're delicious and also nutritious.
Da-doop, come on down to Toony Tuna's Animation Music Studio Sandwich Production Studios.
That's too long of a name.